sales tax. So if you want to set up sales tax for various areas, within these areas you can have a different percent discount. You can also charge tax on shipping. We can do it based on the country and the state, or down to the zip code or the zip code prefix. So maybe in a certain area it has this much. There might be a report code that you want to use for reporting purposes. This might be Colorado 803, for example. This is the most basic way to set up sales tax, and it works for most folks. We can do sales tax down to the street level if you need it, working with your database or working with services like Alvara, etc. So if you need that, let us know. But this is the most common and easiest way to do it. We also have in this area the source keys that we talked about. So if you want to create a source key, put in your costs associated with it so we can let you know if you're making or losing money, and then create logic for it. So in this case, we have a 10% discount. We also have another 10% discount. So let's change that because that doesn't make sense. So maybe in addition to the 10% discount, they get a free gift. And that free gift is product number that. And they have to spend $2,000. It starts and stops on given dates, and it only applies to the first 100 orders. You can have as many of these as you want built in as logic. And then you can also do, if you remember, at the product level, add source keys and tie them back to the individual product. So if I call this particular one A1, and then I put it at the add source key at the product level, it just applied to those particular products. If I put it here as just a general source key without limiting it down, and you could check all this out in help. I'm doing a general overview. Then it would give a 10% discount and a free gift to anybody, whatever product they ordered, because it's not limiting it. So the short of it is you can do some very complex discounts using these individual criteria and source keys. We talked about subproducts, which are here, and that's for quickly creating size and color. This is in help. I'm not going to go over it here just because it would take several minutes and unnecessary for most folks. The short of it is you can create unlimited size and color options and create thousands of products at a time using this utility. And I think for most folks, those are the big things that, well, two more actually. Suppliers, it would be where you create your suppliers. So the supplier contact information, and your carrier, if you want them to use your carrier, like maybe they use your FedEx carrier to ship with, your terms with them, etc. Self-explanatory in most of these fields. Any notes you want to put, so if there's something we don't cover, you've got plenty of space for that. And then Channergy will keep track of what products and purchase orders you have with that vendor. You can add and edit them from here. And then finally on this screen would be the shipping methods. So you can, first of all, it's important to note that shipping methods on your channels are just going to come in the way they are on the channels. We do need to match them. So if you have a name of a shipping method on your web store, we'd create a matching name here. But those orders are going to come in with whatever was calculated on the web store. These shipping methods are typically used for phone orders. So if I wanted to create one for UPS Ground, for example, I could call it whatever I want and then put in the actual carrier and service, and then indicate flat charges like per item, per order, percent of order, etc. Or I could do a by order total, $5 to $10 gets this, etc. Or by weight, 1 to 2 pounds gets that. Or I can load in my rates and zone charts. We typically do that for you. And then we'll calculate the rate based on what zone they're in. And you can either make the charge the same as the cost, or you can pad it. We recommend making it the same because these stack. So if your charge or your cost is $5, your charge is $5, but you have a flat charge of $1 per item and they bought 2 items, their charge will be $7. Or if you want to put a per order charge there, maybe there's a fuel surcharge that you want to add on, etc. And then when you select the shipping method or order entry, it will charge according to your logic, whatever that total is for purposes of quoting the customer and getting it out the door. So those are some of the miscellaneous items. Again, there's more here. You can get more about it in help, but that's what we wanted to touch on in the demo.